Good evening, Speed Gaming 4. Welcome to the final week of the ALTTP Randomizer Daily Series for a while. This is our last week before we go on hiatus to make way for the main tournament. But starting off this wrap-up week, we are featuring Enemizer tonight, mode that hasn't been shown in a bit, just regular old crazy Enemizer. And should be fun. I'm Drossi. I'm here with my buddy Specs. Looking forward to this?
Definitely. Should be a fun race. Enemizer was always fun to watch, cast, play sometimes. And we got 4 great runners, so it should be a really fun race.
And of course, in terms of item layout, this is all just regular open, so, well, there was the key to escape sitting in Sanctuary.
And Corey's the only one doing Uncle Start.
And that looked like 3 crystals in the light world, including a 5/6 on Hera.
Nothing on the tree pole.
Nothing from the rabbit either.
I think Corey's has gotten 2 heart pieces so far. It doesn't too great. Oh, and TJ is going for the Houlihan. And nothing in Uncle there. Just heart pieces with Link's house and Uncle and some arrows.
Yeah, this has been a very underwhelming opening so far. Except there's the hook shot on Lumberjack.
And Enemizer. Hook shot is such a nice item. An Enemizer because it kills a lot of the enemies and stuns them. That's annoying. Yeah. Lana does not look happy. I know I wouldn't be.
Well, I mean, we'd better hope all 4 of these runners check Lumberjack, because that could be a big asymmetric information situation if not everyone knows about the hookshot. But hey, there's a Moon Pearl and Mushroom spot. Nice and easy to grab.
Yeah, you would expect most people... Some people... Well, I think at least 2 of our runners checked it. Maybe 3. I think TJ had... Because TJ hasn't even gone to CAC yet, so... Yeah, TJ, interesting route by TJ. We'll see how this works out with Saha and delaying CAC. But I assume most runners will check it, because since the hook shot is boots locked, I would think most of our runners will at least check Lumberjack after they have boots. But if someone doesn't check it, that's late knowledge, and we're being a really unfortunate situation.
And that blue mail that all of our runners except TJ grabbed from the Thieves' Hideout is also really nice in Enemizer, when you don't know what's gonna come your way and you only have 3 heart containers.
Oh, I'm a bit quieter. I can either up it on my end, or should the stream up at the volume? I can do it on my end. I just don't wanna do it if the stream's gonna do it.
Do it on your end.
Okay.
Everything looks even on the back end.
I'll up it a bit on my end, see if it helps.
Ooh, and there is a glove in the back of Cackwell and a mirror in Blind's hut. We're starting to find stuff.
Okay, I up my gain. Hopefully that helps. If not, let me know. I can always up it or more, or try something else. Oh, what did you say, Jossie? Sorry about that.
Oh, that we had a mirror in Blind's hut and a glove in the back of Cackwell, so...
It's not too bad.
CAC definitely seems to be the play for the moment, which is unfortunate for TJ Maelstrom, who's doing everything but... Oh, there was also a bow in Blind's hut.
So CAC's pretty stacked. The good news with that glove and mirror, most people are going to go up the mountain, and most people will probably, if they haven't checked Lumberjack, check Lumberjack then. That's one of the times you would check Lumberjack. Yeah, because mirror and glove, you can do quite a little bit of mountain.
Oh, and there with Koi grabbing a sword in the well, chat saying Lana, of course, also got that in the well. So, yeah, definitely a stackerico today.
As is typical, yeah. And Enemizer, you really want to get some good defense and good offense weapons early on, and especially when you don't know. And with boss shuffle, you don't know what kind of bosses you're going to fight. Like right now, you have that early bow, so maybe you want to go to Eastern normally and beat it. But in this situation, you don't know what boss is in there. You did see there was a bow, right? Yeah, there is. Okay.
Yeah. Lana being tries for the chicken clip, doesn't get it.
TJ is still, I think TJ is still continuing to not go to CAC. They're going to Regina's. I respect the plays. We'll see what they get out of this.
Now, the interesting thing about Enemizer is it doesn't adjust for kill room logic, so Bo is still logically required to get to the Eastern boss.
Yeah, so just put it in law. It puts it as a possibility.
I mean, we'd need a fire source to put the Eastern boss in logic, but
True.
other than that...
You're correct. Okay, what's at Regina's? Just money.
And Furious Magic is giving us our first look at the back of Escape. Wow!
Ugly.
Is the back of Escape always filled with Lionels and Crystal Rollers? I feel like I've seen that before.
Bottle, we got Sick Kid launch. We got Flute. That's a nice combo. You can go activate your Flute and check Sick Kid out at the same time. That's pretty nice.
Oh, and Furious Magic is gonna actually go to Dark Cross. Now, doing Dark Rooms in Enemizer can get very interesting, to say the least.
They could go ahead and blow that blue potion they just got in the back of Escape, trying to get a Dark Cross.
Well, he's trying to find the Key Rat, only when your Key Rat is a Key Mini Helma.
A lot harder. Yeah.
So I don't know why he had to get the Key Rat, since he did already have the key from Sank. But the Bottle and Flute combination is quite nice, because when you go to CAC to activate the Flute, you can also check Sick Kid.
Yeah, exactly, which is super nice. So I have to see all the runners go do that in a little bit after they do Back of Escape. And Lana being will be our first to let us see what's in Sick Kid. Heart Container, Dark Cross. Unfortunate. I mean, it was a good put of Furious Magic. If you can actually execute that and pull it off, like that could be a huge advantage in your opponent's if you get something good out of it. Because most people are not going to do that.
Speaking of things most people aren't going to do, we're probably not going to see an old man rescue until we have a lamp.
Yeah, and then we have the Flute to get Mountain. Yeah, definitely. I suppose you could peek what's inside the cave from the right side and see if you want to do it or not, but most people I see just skipping it. So.
And a lot of enemies don't show up in the dark.
True. Just bombs up, Sick Kid.
Homemade explosives.
But Flute and Mirror definitely indicate Mountain is a play to do soon.
Yeah, Hera's in logic.
Yeah, Hera and Spec Rock. So definitely worth checking those out soon. But checking out Gina's here with Flute definitely makes sense. Like, you got Flute, it's usually smart to check Gina's early.
Where is Lana taking this fish?
Does the Gina do something with the fish? Oh, just fun, I guess.
I once had a fish dinner. I still remember it to this day. See?
Beautiful.
Yes, we don't have the book, the blue pendant, or the master sword, so yeah, that's what Agena will say to us.
And we don't have a lot of. I mean, we have some offensive weapons, but like not enough to really want to start diving a whole lot of dungeons or bosses yet. So mostly we'll see our players stick to Overworld. Of course, if Mountain doesn't have anything, then what? You have Front of Escape, which no one's done yet, and you can dive Eastern. So if Mountain doesn't have goods, we're gonna be seeing Final Escape or Eastern soon. You know what? The Final Escape we've already seen map and key, so Final Escape guaranteed has 3 items.
Okay, what is the fish giving us? Just a small magic for all that trouble.
Aw.
I was just thinking, we are a glove upgrade away from being able to get into desert, though without a fire source we can't finish it.
You are correct about that. That's a good point. Yeah, you can Checkerboard Cave, Mire Shed, and then get in the desert as well. If we get one more, yeah, another pair of gloves would be a huge opening. It would open up a lot of avenues. Between, yeah, Mire area and, Dark World. I'm waiting for someone to go up mountain. I want to see what's up there. Okay, Furious Magic is going to Final Escape first. Well, they haven't done Uncle yet. So, I assume they do both, but they might just do Uncle. Yeah, because
well, we've already gotten the small key and the map, so we know there are 3 items in the front of Escape.
Yes, yeah.
At the same time, we also know this is an Agaseed.
Yeah, we do also know it's an Agaseed. So, but go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying. So you might combine the front of Escape with doing Aga.
Yeah, so I feel like personally, I would do Mountain first, and that way I could combine front of Escape with Aga, because I want to see what's on Logical Mountain. That's me. It's definitely not a wrong play to come do Uncle here. I think, yeah, because only Koi did Uncle early on. But you could get another item to combo up when you're on Mountain, so that might be the argument. Maybe you get Hammer here. Obviously, you don't get Hook Shot. I guess Lamp technically would also have Old Man and Logic, so you get that too.
Lana really getting slammed by those cabbages. She's down to half a heart.
Could use that blue potion early. That's where you want to use it. And Koi also doing Final Escape here, so we'll see what we get here.
Just $20 on Spec Rock. And just $20 in Spec Rock.
Arrows in the first chest of Escape. Yeah. So we're looking at Hera, Crystal Eastern having something, or Final Escape at this point. That's... I guess Zora is also in Logic, technically. So
okay, so... Swamp is our other 5/6. Pendants are Turtle Rock and Pod with Green Pendant at Skullwoods. So, for those in chat who were doubting that this was an Agaseed, I've got news for you.
Yeah, you will definitely need that hook shot. Although I don't know who would be like... It'd be pretty crazy to skip the hook shot, even if Swamp was a pendant. Well, some people might do it. Well, yeah, because you're probably going to... With the boss shuffle, you're probably going to get Argus somewhere in one of the crystal dungeons, even if Swamp wasn't one. You're required to get the hook shot.
Now, we didn't really talk about this, but we obviously can't Harapot without the hook shot, but we also still don't have a fire source, so Hera Basement is not in the equation. So the fact that the big key was not vanilla means we can climb.
Yeah, it's a good point, and also, Final Escape did not have any progression out of it. It was all basically junk. So we're looking at Zora, Hera, or Crystal Eastern at this point. Looks like Furious Magic. They may not have done. No, they probably haven't done Saha yet, so they may not go to Eastern yet. We'll see. And Koi also doing Dark Cross here in the dark, but from the front. So no key rat, at least.
Oh, you were saying about Hammer and Hera.
Nice. Yep, there's our progression. Yep.
And that is both items as well, so we don't need to open the big chest. We certainly don't need to come back for the basement.
Yeah, to me, seeing the mirror and flute like that makes me go, oh, Hera or Speckrock probably have your progression. Like the seat's kind of setting it up. So, and it looks like Furious Magic is gonna go Eastern here before Mountain, which is interesting.
Oh, did you see who the boss was in Hera?
No, who was it?
That was Cold Stare.
Okay, yeah, well, we'll come back to
So
that
a
later.
lot of beans out of there. I'm surprised she didn't take the hammer to do East Death Mountain.
That's a valid point. Maybe Lana just might have
Force
just
of
forgotten.
habit, because then she started thinking.
Yeah, I think Lana probably realized at that moment. Lana probably saw the hammer, was like, oh, I have Darkhold now. And then kind of forgot about Mountain, like East Mountain. And then as you just mentioned while they were fluting, we were like, oh, wait, I could have done East Death Mountain.
And here she's going to feed the fish to the bottle vendor for a cool $100.
I respect the fish plays by Lana.
Oh, not $100. Random assortment. I guess it's the bee that's $100, and the fish is a variety pack.
A big key in the front of Eastern. So both Koi and Furious Magic are so far riding overall similarly. Really, both in front of Escape already, full cleared it in Dark Cross, and now they're both doing Eastern before Mountain. Which is definitely, I would say, the less conventional play here, but obviously if you get something out of it, then, you know, that can give you a huge advantage on your opponents. Who've been out here
Is
for a
Lana
while.
taking this fish to the Dark World?
Seems like it.
What is she going to do with the fish in the dark? Oh, it doesn't follow. Okay.
Aww. Okay, Heart Piece and East Palace map chest. And Compass. Ah,
Ooh, flippers in Skull Woods in the map
nice.
chest.
And Lamulus is the boss in Eastern Palace, which, while not a fun boss to do right now, you can beat it. You got arrows and you got bow and fighter sword. You can do it.
I mean, if you know your NMG strats, that's exactly your loadout in NMG for Landmos.
Yeah, that's how you would do it. I personally wouldn't love it, but I'd probably still try for it if I'm already at the end of Eastern Palace, like most people would. You don't want to double dip it, you know? It's a huge waste of time. So you do it, even if you're not well practiced in arrow strats. But I could see Koi and Furious Magic being, you know, they're very experienced and good players, knowing it. At least to some decent degree. And Lana gonna go ahead and do an early graveyard ledge check.
And TJ is becoming our second runner to climb the mountain, so we'll see what he does with his hammer.
And which is interesting because his routing was, you know, didn't go to CAC quite as soon, so it took a lot longer to get some of those items that were put Mountain on play. But TJ going to Mountain before Eastern, and I don't know if they did all of Escape yet. But I think it should be the more common play by most players in this race. Come on, Mountain first. And just bombs and Graveyard Ledge. It always feels awful when Graveyard Ledge, when you do it, when you don't have any boots, and you can't combine with a whole lot, and there's nothing there. Like, it's a good check to do, because you don't, otherwise, it's like, when do you do it? But it feels so bad when it doesn't have anything.
So Furious Magic and Koi are now in a very lagorific room filled with red guards, one of whom is holding a small key that we need to get onto the next room.
Yeah, I would not want to do this.
Furious Magic has picked up his small key, but he is down to 1 heart. Half a heart. Uses his potion.
Nice. What was the mushroom ad that Lana got?
You're about to see TJ get it.
Oh, Darren Hera. Mushroom and hammer. How nice. In Hera. Oh, Master Sword. Nice.
Remembering
that's
that this is an Agaseed, that could be our logical Master Sword for Aga Tower access.
Yeah, definitely could be. I can't imagine anyone wanting to do dark aggro right now. With Enemizer on, especially. So, yeah, I expect anyone here would wait for a lamp, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, right. Logically, we need lamp. We also need boots to be able to get that.
And Lana doing the flipper checks, getting the flippers out of Skull Woods. We'll now see if those flippers really pay off. While Furious Magic is doing what looks like fighter search strats here with Lammelist, which I don't blame. Okay, and a little bit of arrows mixed in.
Lana's still nowhere near Zora money, though.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He could maybe combine it with Catfish later, but I mean, who really? Not exactly the best option. But you could do that later.
And just some money on Zora Ledge.
And
oh, did Corey take a death?
Oh yeah, Corey did. You're right. And going back in. That's interesting.
Well, Lanmos has an item. Of course, the item's just a bomb. But that is our first crystal of the game for many of our runners.
Yeah. So yeah, Eastern had no good. So it's definitely something that you can delay for a long time, which is not surprising because we knew it wasn't in Logic yet. So, but Fierce Magic and Corey were trying to go for interesting play that might pay off. And that wasn't too much of a risk, as long as the boss was not something that you couldn't do at all.
So I didn't catch Floating Island from TJ.
Wow, High Peaks has had 2 shields so far.
Oh, I'm sure Lana is overjoyed.
Oh, resets?
I can't believe she actually did that.
But the lag, gotta stay time from the shield lag, Drassy.
Yeah, she has a religious devotion to not having shields.
But the 2 heart pieces, there were 2 heart pieces in there, and don't you want that, Enemizer? I would want those heart pieces personally. And Fierce Magic did do Old Man. What did they even get off of Old Man? I did not see.
A heart container.
That's nice. Although Furious Magic is a good player, not necessarily need it. Yeah, Furious Magic has no problem doing all these Enemizer dark rooms. They're happy to do all of Eastern Palace in the dark with Fighter Sword, same with Dark Cross, and Old Man. They're cool with it.
And TJ Maelstrom now giving us our first look at Paradox Cave.
It is actually really crazy to me that he is our first player to come up here to East Mountain, considering he was the last one to get to CAC, and last one to have access to Mountain. Samaria.
That's a useful item.
You can definitely get away with not having it for a while. And Boomerang's nice. And Crake. So not the best items. Like you can most likely wait to get to them later.
I mean, that could be a Misery Meyer care package.
It could be.
Though we still need mitts.
This thing you really wouldn't have wanted to see up here in Paradox would have been like Lamp or something, which would, because most people in Lana's situation, they probably won't come back up here until she has the lamp, because she'll want to beat Aga when she has that logical lamp, and then we'll get the hook shot and then come back up more easily. And I'd deal with Titans as well. So if Lamp had been in Paradox, it wasn't bad. So with what's in Paradox, that won't really hurt Lana most likely. So it's good news for Lana.
Nothing like taking down a Gibdo with Fighter Sword.
That's definitely satisfying. That is one nice... No, you said Gibdo. Never mind. I was saying something else. No, that sounds awful. No, that's terrible.
Yeah, but that's what the runners are having to do to get up Hera. Since they can't Terrapot.
It's funny how Lama now is the only one with the... has tempered. Well, I'm going to slow on Fighter.
Oh, and Lana finds Bombos in Thieves Town.
And TJ also carrying the fish around to throw it back into the water.
Oh yeah, and since this is Enemizer, Lana can just rush the boss and skip one or two items in the back, which is what most people do. Though sometimes they can be important items.
Yeah, at this point, it's definitely pretty reasonable to skip when you have a decent amount in front of you still. Not a crazy amount, but a decent amount. So, just a Moldrum, that's nice. That's not too bad. Because we're still somewhat limited on bosses we can beat. Like, we can beat a decent amount now, but...
Wait, so Lana got another sword in Thieves? I missed that.
Yep, got tempered.
Okay, so 2 useful items, because that Bombos means we can beat Hera.
Yeah, the Bombos is nice, the tempered is nice. Yeah. Not a bad layout. Yeah, we only need, what, 3 more items? We need Fire Rod, Ice Rod, and Hookshot, then... We need Fire Rod and Hookshot in order to beat, So only Trinex and Argus are problem bosses right now. So long as you can avoid those two, you're fine.
And we still don't have a fire source.
Yeah. I'm curious to see when this lamp is going to show up. That's what I'm really wondering about. Where is this lamp? Where is the logical lamp? What else do we have in logic? We have big game here. We have K45. We have Stumpy.
Pod.
Hobo. Yeah, Pod.
Pendant
Catfish.
Pod. Everyone likes Pendant Pod.
Zora hasn't been checked yet. Yeah, we got a lot.
Oh, Lana was trying the advanced strat that gets you 99 coins on the last shot, but unfortunately she's not able to make there we go. She gets it and her 99 coins.
Looking for Zora money, I'm guessing?
Usually Andy's the only runner I see who's crazy enough to do that strat.
Yeah,
And you can see, given that Lana only went 1 for 4 trying it, that it is not an easy thing to do.
No, not at all. Most top players you see here are known for being great at execution. Most of them still just go for the typical, like, you know, just aim for the middle of the court, from the second from the right, and just spam. Just go for the 64 strat instead of the 99 strat. Okay, TJ will be our first to Catfish. So get to see what's there. Second game was just what? Was it just money?
And TJ also has Zora money, so I expect him to combo it.
Yeah, TJ actually here can combine it with Catfish, which is a nice play.
Just unfortunate that he doesn't have the flippers.
Oh yeah, they haven't been to School Woods yet, but could splash delete pretty easily if they want. It just isn't logical, but I imagine they're gonna splash delete.
Yeah, if he hasn't upset his Ancilla, he might need to...
He has not done any sort of boss fight yet, so he should be fine.
Oh, right. Well, except that he's not getting it.
That one should be good. I think that one will be good. No.
I think he may have upset his Ancilla, just because he's been using the bow so much as a regular weapon.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe. Interesting. Could have... If he had... That's the thing, like, if you think it might happen, you're better off just immediately going for the reset with bombs with Samaria, and then going for the strat, because once you run out of bombs, then you can't splash loot anymore. So if you think it might be a risk, you're best off just immediately resetting the Ancilla Index. But I wouldn't blame him here, because I would have thought his Ancilla Index would have been fine, and I wouldn't have reset mine either.
I just feel like all of the runners at this point have used quite a few arrows.
You're definitely right. Yeah, especially since for so long, everyone only had fire to a sword and bow. You were mostly going to use arrows to your bow.
So Lana, interesting, taking a dip into swamp hookless when she knows where the hook shot is. But it could be, you know, if boots are in here, could be a required double dip swamp, for all we know.
Second bottle. Yeah, could be. And we'll finally see Zori here. Nope.
Love lessons for sale.
So yeah, it's looking like a progression it could be front of swamp. We have pods still. Oh, and then we have the one item in thieves. Oh, and hobo. We have not seen hobo yet. And that isn't logic. The Yoda flippers can be obtained by anybody right now. Okay, now TJ's coming back to check Waterfall Ferry. Set up a fake flippers. This would be huge for Lana if there was key progression here in Swamp. Especially if it's on left side. Vitreous in Swamp Palace. Although, of course, we're not really concerned about... Well, that boss won't be too bad. We have arrows and temper, but the concern is, can't even get to Vidi for a while. So... But it's good to know that's not Trinex or Trinex, who'd be our only problem boss if we're able to get to the back of Swamp soon. Okay, TJ's gonna be our first player into pod. Surprisingly, we have not seen anyone go into pod yet.
Yeah, well, Otter Swamp is probably our answer at this point. Or I guess that one remaining item in Thieves, right?
Or Hobo, which we have never
yes.
seen. So we'll see. My guess is pod, but Hobo or Thieves, Left Side Swamp are definitely answers. I'm gonna be disgusted with Left Side Swamp. I mean, I'll be happy for Lana. I would definitely respect the play, and it might be the answer, but that would be so gross. But that would be where Lamp is. That's a logical Lamp being on Left Side Swamp, hookless Left Side Swamp.
And of course, Lana's doing Diver Down is the only one of our runners to have, not done East Death Mountain and gotten the Cane of Samaria.
Yep. Yep. And pause that bow locked yet. Our first shooter room was a small key, so TJ can continue. Oh, we have bow, so we don't even care about that. What am I talking about?
And also, it would only be logically bow locked because this is Enemizer, and kill rooms in Enemizer will never require special weapons.
You are correct about that. The more of our major logical issue in pod right now is the fact that we have no fire water lamp. We have everything else, the bow and the hammer, so you can do all of it. Well, we don't know what the boss is, but you can do most of it.
So, Lana Bean did just find Cane of Burna, which puts Spike Cave in logic.
Ooh. That would be gross. Do you let hookless outside swamp get your lamp out of Spike Cave?
If you're rooting for left side swamp to be the answer, you have to now be rooting for Spike Cave unless this last chest has something.
Yeah, we have seen compass out of swamp already, so this could be map or big key. But otherwise, it's gonna be an item. Oh, GFE. GFE, you called that earlier. That is GFE's fault.
Oh
GFE, why did you say that earlier? Wow.
Gotta go fast.
That's disgusting. Well, that's why I'm glad I'm calming this race and not playing it. I would not be happy when I found that later. And you have to go do that to even get the hook shot because the hook shot's in Lumberjack. You have to get those boots. Like, that is required. That's so gross. Oh, God.
Unless you can find an Armos in a pendant dungeon and do Armos Shake storage, but that seems unlikely.
That's true. You could do that. How many people even actually know how to do that and could reliably do it in a run? I'd be curious. I have no idea how to even do that trick. I know of it. I have no idea how to do it.
And while we know there's at least one set of Armos Knights in this seed, we don't know if they're even in a pendant dungeon.
That's true. For all we know, they're somehow behind Hookjet too, so. TJ hasn't found anything of major use in pod yet, but now we're finally getting to the back, which is where, most of the goods are. So we'll see what shows up. And it looks like Lana hasn't done East Mountain, so Lana can combine East Mountain with Spike Cave if desired. Interesting, Lana did not check Bonk Rocks, and
yeah, I mean, well, King's Tomb's a bit tough to get to because you have to do it from the Dark World without the mitts.
And Lana already did Graveyard Lad, so Lana can't even combine those two checks, which is annoying.
So maybe she's waiting for mitts if she can help it.
Yeah, that's fair.
She still doesn't want to do East Death Mountain. She's just going straight for Hype Cave.
I don't blame Lana. You get that Bonnet, you can really try to push this advantage to like another level if you get like Lamp here or mitts or something crazy. A mitts found in pod. In back of pod, TJ found mitts.
Oh, wow. Okay, so... hard required double dip of Swamp. Hard required dip of Pendant Pod because, of course, Pendant Pod. Alana's hard resetting out of Spike Cave to get her magic back. Seems
yeah, it makes
reasonable.
Sense. Just Spoopies in there, so yeah, you can skip that. That makes sense. So yeah, so you got TJ with mitts. Although I think everyone's going to go to pod at a somewhat reasonable time if it has mitts in it, so I don't think that'll be a huge hang-up for most of our players.
I just realized Furious Magic actually did the back of Thieves Town. You don't have a small key, it's locking itself. What is in the attic? That must have been the other item. But I totally didn't even notice he was doing it.
Nope, didn't either. What was in Bonk Rocks? Because like junk, I assume. I didn't see what was in it. Well, I assume Thieves and Bonk Rocks won't have any use. Okay, now Lana will go and do East Death Mountain. Oh yeah, I could go to Cold Star. You won't get an item out of Cold Star though. They already got Mushroom and Hammer out of Pod. So Hera doesn't have any items left. So you can beat it, but also you can beat it like right before Ganon's or something and just delay it. I'm assuming East Mountain for Lana here. I guess Lana will go ahead and beat it. Which is interesting, because you could just wait till you have Hookshot to do this more quickly. There's no item.
I mean,
is it a Pyramid Crystal? No, Desert's a Pyramid Crystal, right?
Hera is, but Swamp's the other, so we still need to beat Aga before we can open Pyramid.
Yeah, I guess you could go ahead and beat it now because of Pyramid Crystal. It makes it more reasonable, but you could also still wait till you get the hook shot, because you could probably reason you get that hook, because yeah, you have to have the hook shot to beat Swamp, the other Pyramid Crystal, as you just said. So then you can do the other Pyramid Crystal Hera in this case with hook shot and do a little bit faster, and possibly combine it with Hookshot Cave with Super Bunny later when you get mitts or something like that.
Hey,
probably a little bit faster.
Pod is also harboring these silver arrows.
Oh yeah, so tie mitts and silvers out of Pod. Silvers are definitely welcome in Boss Shuffle. I mean, they're welcome in any seed that you ever play, but really welcome in Enemizer and Boss Shuffle.
Yeah, so many bosses they can be helpful on. Like if TJ, clears Eastern here, he will be able to use silvers on Landmos, which is a lot nicer than the Landmo fight Furious Magic and Koi both had.
Yeah, than regular arrows and Fighter Sword, I would agree. And Lana has to be a little bit careful here. It does have Temper, but gotta be a bit careful not to take hits. Honestly, seems to be doing a pretty good job, though, when he has two of the puffs down.
Oh, and I believe Koi picked up his flippers in Skull Woods.
Nice. And I imagine Lana has countered her items, as we discussed, only beating Hera for the Pyramid Crystal aspect of it. We'll probably head to East Mountain now. Yeah, I think what also hurts those mitts are also probably gonna hurt TJ, because TJ's gonna have a lot more options before Hookless Swamp. So TJ's gonna take possibly. Well, I think everyone but Lana's gonna do Pod before Swamp. Most likely. I mean, Furious Magic and Core are kind of players who could completely prove me wrong and go Hookless Swamp. but before pod. But most likely, they probably do pod first. So having mitts in pod takes you farther and farther away from doing hookless swamp. Because you have so many options.
I mean, we still have other stuff to find, but could be mitts go mode for Lana Bean for all we know.
Yeah, could be. I mean, honestly, oftentimes it's a bit better to get mitts. It can be better to get mitts later, just because you may do less unnecessary overworld checks or dive certain dungeons as soon before you can really beat them. Sometimes only mitts are not the blessing you think they will be. But sometimes they are the blessing you want them to be. It just depends. Okay, Corey's going to do Graveyard Ledge. And yeah, nothing new on the screen right now. Everyone just... It is interesting that all 4 of our players are doing completely different things right now. Like, not completely different things. No one's routed is the same at all, which is pretty interesting to me, that we've seen such different route divergences by all of our players. Corey and Furious are probably the most similar in route right now, but still, there's some notable differences. Lana going to do Eastern? If they were going to do pod, I think they would have fluted. Or maybe they just forgot they could flute. Or it hasn't done Saha yet. That's why they're booting over here instead of using the flute. That makes more sense. But I would expect Lana to combine pod and Eastern together here.
Yeah, I would have thought, flute to 5 and then mirror and...
Oh, yeah, because you can just do that while walking up to pod. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I guess we'll see how she plays this.
Yeah, we'll see. And I'm just going to go straight to Eastern, it looks like.
And here's TJ Maelstrom with a Silver Arrow Landmo fight. This is going to be over quick.
Nice. Nice time save. He also got to do those dark rooms with a bit better equipment as well. So just in general, not as gross in Eastern Palace for him. And also the same will go for Lana Bean, who even doesn't have silvers, but does have Tempered and Brona to make Eastern Palace easier.
But it seems like she's not really thinking pod, or she would have, opened pod by now.
I think Corey is our first player to check Hobo, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it yet. And Furious Magic, I guess, also got flippers at some point.
Yeah, he went to Skull Woods a little bit ago, and just arrows off Hobo. But that's not surprising, being that we've already found Boost, Left Side Swamp, and Titan Mitts and Pod, which open up a lot. I really want to know where this lamp's at.
Oh, and I was thinking maybe Koi would come out of the water and go for pod, but no, he's going exactly the other direction. Is he blind pulling Lake Hylia Island?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Just a hard container.
I would take it at this point, Enemizer and Boss Shuffle. You can feel a lot safer, and also can know any way to do dark rooms yet. Would be nice. Yeah, TJ's still the only player to have gone to pod, interestingly.
Oh, and to answer chat, we have seen all of the flippers checks now.
Yep.
Junk, and more junk.
Basically, the only thing we haven't seen that logic at the moment would be pretty much all the mitt checks. We haven't seen like a single mitt check yet. We've not seen Kane's Tomb. I think that's all we have in logic that we haven't seen. So basically, the mitt checks and Kane's Tomb, which could have been done, which could be done by Lana right now. But I expect Lana will go to pod first, get the Titan Mitts, and then go do Kane's Tomb amongst other checks.
Yeah, then there's Dark Death Mountain, Smith Chain, Meyer area.
I think my area is the first thing I would go to in a situation. I wouldn't want to do Dark Death Mountain yet, knowing that hook shot is like once I get a lamp, I can get that hook shot and then do a much better sweep of Dark Death Mountain. It would be so much nicer to wait on that hook shot. And Smith Chain wouldn't be bad. Most of our players have already done like, you know, Stumpy and Graveyard Ledge and Digging Game. So they'll probably just like flute away with Purple Chest, which wouldn't be too bad. Corey's going to farm money here for Zora, it looks like.
And be very disappointed when he does.
Yeah, definitely.
I've heard this farming location called Smokes Rock.
Oh, Smokes Rock? I have never heard that at all.
From the famous Thanks Solsky race, this is where Smoke farmed the money to
Okay.
get the hammer from Zora.
Yep. Way before my time, but I know what you're talking about. Yep. Okay, Corey saved their Weaver portal. Nice. Probably do catfish with flipper checks now. That makes sense. Want to go get money, went and got money, and I can come back and do all the flipper checks or with catfish. That's nice routing. I like it. Rather than isolating Zora potentially having a huge problem.
And Furious Magic is going to be our second runner in Pod, so he will most likely get his mitts and silvers.
Yep. Yeah, I think most people here would definitely say Lana's got the best spot. I mean, having those boots at left side swamp, huge advantage, and getting the Titan mitts later at this point in the season is going to be better for you, because getting mitts early just keeps you away from the boots out of left side swamp that you need.
Yeah, I'm just wondering for Lana, what does she have left besides Pod that she, didn't open Pod before doing Eastern?
Kane's Tomb, Hobo.
A couple of one-offs, in other words.
Yeah, so I gotta imagine Lana probably just misrouted us by accident, kind of like how she got to do East Mountain earlier. When you're playing, just some stuff slips your mind. I expect she'll flute to 5 right now and go to Pod. No, not yet. Lana is not in front of Escape, I think.
But that's not where she's going.
Hobo.
Oh.
Hobo. Yeah, gonna do this one off. Honestly, this makes sense. You can easily route it in. Yeah, when else are you gonna do it? Then maybe Pod after that.
I was just thinking, as Furious Magic goes up this hellway, why isn't he just dashing? And then I remembered, oh yeah, left side swamp.
Why didn't he just go do Hook's left side swamp already? Why? I don't understand. Such a great play. Everyone wants to do that. I mean, it's a great play because no one wants to do it. So it's not a bad play to go for it at all. Especially since this seed, honestly, it's kind of dry. It's not the worst, but at the same time, it's also a little bit dry. A lot of checks you're doing that are logical, aren't giving you that much. That's, it's a little slow in terms of giving you progression. And you're afraid to dive too hard to dungeon still because you still don't have any fire sources. You can't beat Trinex or Argus. It's we're still in a bit of a rough spot.
I think Lana is trying to make a statement about her feelings about Pendant Pod, which are similar to her feelings about Shields.
Yep, and going to go to Keenstum here. Could be our lamp. Were the Titan mitts in Pod basement, or were they in Compass Chest?
I think they were in Compass Chest.
Okay, so they're not fire locked. That's what I was curious about. I really want to see. I really want to see what's here in Kingsum. That I want to see what these myths unlock. Cause I've not seen TJ really abuse myths yet. Oh God, book. Oh God.
Well, now Lana Bean just has even more
Ah.
reason to not do Pendant Pod.
Just go to Ether. You can do Ether Tablet, Bombos Tablet, and Desert. It opens up everything. That's book related.
But we still can't
Beautiful.
finish Desert.
You're right. We can't even beat Desert. Oh my God. In that case, I feel like I check Ether and Bombos Tablet first. But that's all kind of gross. Okay, we do see TJ starting Smith's chain here, so we'll get to see some new checks on TJ's end with Hammer Peg, Smith, and Purple Chest probably. Nothing on Hammer Pegs.
Oh, so I guess the mitts were in the Darkened Pod.
Oh, so they were fire locked. Okay, so in theory, Lana should be able to, if she keeps putting off pod, would get lamp or fire rod without the Titans then.
Ooh, nice Bombo strats from Koi there.
Probably means our fire source is book locked then. It's probably a book locked fire source out of mirroring to Keen's tomb after grabbing the boots from left side Hookless Swamp. What a beautiful chain of progression and logic. Don't you love it?
Sometimes the brilliant seeds I roll can bring a tear to my eye.
Oh, you rolled this one?
Yep.
Thank you for the entertainment, Drossi. Okay, what's on purple chest? Oh, we don't. Okay, well, we have to wait a little bit longer. But yeah, Smith and Hammer Pegs were not in any interest. Okay, looks like Lana is going to go to Desert now. Not checking Bombos or Ether Tablet yet, which is not unreasonable. You can get 1 or maybe 2 items out of Desert.
So Lana is now the only runner without silvers and about to be the only runner without mitts.
Yeah. We have Furious here in Ice Palace, which is pretty reasonable play. You have Samaria, you have Flippers, you have your Titans, you have Bombos. As long as your boss isn't, Argus or Colt. Actually, Colt's just fine. It's just Argus or Trinix you don't want. Hopefully, Ice Palace is kind and gives an early compass to Furious.
Hey,
so we can know whether to get out or not.
That was a vanilla purple chest. Well, not quite because the bee was in the bottle, but basically vanilla purple chest.
I'll call it vanilla. That's good. So Smith chain is completely skippable. What was in map chest in Desert? I do not see.
Have we seen it?
Yeah, I believe Lana opened up map chest first. Okay, compass. Oh, Trinex.
Oh,
Lovely.
well, we're not beating Desert, that's for sure.
Oh, big key in map chest. Thank you, chat. Okay, so honestly, that's not bad. So you're still guaranteed 1 item out of Desert. It could be our fire source. Yeah, if it's gonna be like a Trinix in a crystal dungeon, Desert's one of the best ones to have Trinix be in because you're not invested in the back of it yet. As long as you get the compass is not locked on the boss, obviously. Because that's so annoying.
Meanwhile, oh, there's the lamp.
Yep.
Easy peasy.
So you go to left side Hookless Swamp to get your boots, and then you mirror into Keen's tomb to get your book and Fire Rod. What?
Fire sources.
What?
I like
what
that double
hell?
take from Lana.
What? What? So you have to go to Hookless Swamp and do left side to get your boots. Then take that up to mirror into Keen's tomb, which is super out of the way. Get your book, take it to Desert, and then get both fire sources on the right side. And then you can go to Pod and get your Titan mitts. And then and you can do Aga now and get your hook shot.
Meanwhile, our other runners are on a totally different route. Furious Magic and TJ Maelstrom, both having gotten their flippers, are in Ice Palace with Bombos.
So, at this point, the only items we need that we don't know about are Ice Rod and potentially Ether. So, we really just need to know about Ice Rod, and we don't know what we don't know the Meyer and TR requirements yet. No one's got a Meyer area yet, have they?
Nope.
We've got 3 players with flute. Oh, no, here comes Koi. Koi's the first one to do it. Well, what do we see? So only Ice Rod, maybe Ether, what we care about. I don't know if we... I assume Koi has not checked the medallion yet. I would be curious to know what the medallion is in Meyer.
Well, with Lana getting ready for her climb, might as well get a prediction in chat for blue balls.
Sounds like a good idea.
Nothing like an hour in Aga play.
My God. Yeah, you rolled a great seed tonight, Drossi. What a great one. Okay, Koi about to also get their lamp and fire rod. Man, everyone but Koi, TJ, and Furious, I expect are gonna last locate those boots, or nearly last locate, which also means, yeah, I guess actually, yeah, 'cause technically, Koi, TJ, and Furious have their mitts out of logic, so you can get away without grabbing the book for Desert to get your fire sources. But even then, like, oh, actually, that's good news. Oh, there's Ice Rod in Ice Palace.
Oh,
so
that makes sense.
Unless Ether's required, we are in go mode. So I guess it's not as bad, because I forgot about this now. You don't actually have to do Hookless Swamp.
Wait.
Because you just get the... Go ahead, Drossi.
Koi just noped out of Desert without doing right side.
Why?
I'm mystified.
That's gonna come to bite Koi later, but...
Oh! GFE is reminding me. The small key was on the torch.
Oh, so it is boots locked.
I mean, you
That's
could
so
steal the small
bad.
key from the back, but...
I didn't pick up on that. That's so bad. So you do... I was about to say you don't have to go to left side swamp for the boots, because you can get mitts out of logic to get into the desert, but yeah, you can't get the small key off torch, so you do have to go to left side swamp to get your boots, so that you can get the small key off Desert Palace torch to get both fire sources out of right side. So, honestly, at this point, you better hope you're a god. To do well in this seed, you either have to be, go do an early left side swamp play, hookless, or be a god at Enemizer, Dark Aga Tower. Like, one of those two gives you a good chance in this seed. If you don't do those two things, it's gonna be a lot rougher for you. Actually, it would be interesting if, like, Furious goes and does Dark Aga or something before Hookless Swamp. Although, you would think if anyone was planning to do that, they'd probably do it already. But maybe there's, like, maybe other good options, so they're not going to do it yet. And we went out of good options, so maybe someone will consider Enemizer Dark Aga. And we do get an Armless here in Ice Palace. Cool.
Yeah, unfortunately these runners have silver, so this is a very quick fight.
Yeah, very quick fight.
So, everyone but Koi is at 3 crystals right now, and Koi will be there shortly.
Oh, wait, you're right. You're right, good point, chat. I forgot that if you do Aga in the dark, you still don't have boots to get the hook shot, so that wouldn't help. So never mind. You just go swamp. Yeah, just go swamp. My bad. That's so gross. So those boots lock your fire sources, which technically lock your mitts, but your fire sources and hookshot are absolutely locked behind left side hookless swamp. That's so bad. At least Ice Rod was easier to find. That's a nice thing about the seed. What was that on Meyer? Is that Crake? I couldn't quite tell.
Let's see if I can catch it when it comes around on the restream. That looked like Quake to me.
I think it's Crake. We haven't seen TR yet.
Mode.
Oh yeah, TR's not required. So yeah, you're right. Yeah. we know all the items are now that we need.
And now the question is, who will be the first runner to piece it all together?
Oh, we didn't even need the ice rod either. I forgot about that. TR isn't required. So that's something
No, there's a Trinex in Desert.
Oh, never mind. I forgot about Shuffle.
Interesting angle for Lana Bean there.
Yeah, definitely.
And only one blue ball so far.
So, all Lana really needs to do is go to Pendant Pod at some point. See what happens.
And then to ice.
But with that time, Mitch, you're going to eventually be locked out and be forced to Pendant Pod. So Lana's still by far in the best position, like, no question.
And it is a 3 blue ball Aga because, of course, it's a 3 blue ball Aga. How pedestrian.
Yeah, I just don't see anyone going to grab those boots anytime soon. I expect everyone but Lana to have a long chain of last locating here to get those boots. It's gonna be a fun one. I know I must be all last locating that. Yeah, Ice Rod was in was it Ice Tea, I think, in Ice Palace?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Oof.
Oh, and TJ Maelstrom is back in Hera with Bombos.
Yep. Is Furious going to go do Dark Aga right now? Even though they don't have boots? Because they've already done all of Escape. I have to imagine this is doing Dark Aga.
Why would you... You know boots have to be somewhere. Why wouldn't you go looking for boots first, especially an Enemizer?
Maybe, have they been to... Has Furious been to Pyramid Ledge or Catfish yet?
TJ clearly has trouble counting to 2.
Oh, they go to basement? Oh,
no, he just opened the big chest, even though he's already gotten both items.
Yeah, TJ forgot. Maybe Furious hasn't done Pyramid Ledge or Catfish and is just trying to combine the routing and feels comfortable with, I guess, Enemizer or Dark Aga Tower. Maybe?
His rupee load is low enough, I feel like he must have done Zora.
Yeah, but he might have routed it in such a way where he didn't do Catfish or Pyramid Ledge yet.
Maybe not.
That's all I could think of. Or maybe they're just like, I don't know what to do right now. I'll just go ahead and do my Dark Aga.
Oh, TJ took a middle hole fall to Cold Stare and Hera.
Ooh. Well, so it's enough magic to go back and do it, and decent health. But yeah, that is unfortunate.
Chat reminding us, Swamp is a red crystal, so Lana Bean's next play is going to be Pyramid Fairy.
Yep. So it does look like Lana's going to last locate Pod, but honestly, after Swamp and Pyramid Fairy, Lana doesn't really have, like, anything left. Not much, yeah, so I'm also going to be going to Pod pretty soon, way before anyone else goes to Hookless Swamp for boots. And the other thing is, this whole time, everyone else is playing without boots, so there's also just, like, the speed advantage. Just the logic advantage, which honestly is even bigger in this situation,
but...
Again?
Yes!
Oh.
I mean, it's not just that TJ's falling, it's that he keeps taking the middle hole.
Oh no. Ooh. Oh man, it's gonna be a long run for a lot of our players. For very reasonable reasons.
Yeah, and Furious Magic is most of the way to Aga, but of course he still won't be able to get Hookshot afterwards.
No? Okay. Let's try. TJ's got it. Also, TJ will have to get a magic refill. Unless it's still a blue potion. If they don't get this.
Wait, Lana is voluntarily doing bomb diver down when she now has Samaria.
It's want to swag
Okay.
it, I guess.
Okay, TJ's keeping away from the middle hole.
Travel for Lana. Another check Lana can go do before pod.
Okay, cold stare down for TJ.
Also, has Lana checked Bombos or Ether Tablet yet?
No.
Lana's probably gonna do Shovel and Bombos Tablet after Swamp and Pyramid Fairy. Do all those nice checks. Maybe Ether Tablet, we'll see.
What's interesting is TJ is actually temporarily ahead in the crystal count.
That's true. Well, maybe if TJ just magically goes to Hookless Swamp right now, and then makes all the right calls after that.
This looks like the Dark Death Mountain play.
Just go to Hookless Swamp and then go beat Desert. Get your hookshot from Aga and you're in go mode. I mean, you have to do Ice Palace as well, but you're gonna do that anyway.
I was just thinking, all of our other runners will be able to use silvers on that Vidian swamp.
Is TJ gonna dive TR for Fire Rod, maybe?
Oh no.
It's completely reasonable in this situation to dive TR for an item in the front. I would probably be doing it at this point because the progression is up in kind. Might do after Super Bunny, and you can't even do anything in Hookshot. It's just Super Bunny here.
Hey,
Specky's
Koi's
not
making the swamp
logic.
play.
Okay, so Koi's gonna be in the second best situation here, and Koi also has the desert knowledge, and might be more interested in doing that after getting the Hookshot. We'll probably prioritize the Hookshot first, but Koi will know, okay, desert's also locked. So it'll be interesting to see when Koi goes back over to desert and gets the fire sources.
Well, I mean, Koi knows as well as anyone that his mitts were in the dark.
Yep. Yeah, all players should know that. Let's see what TJ gets out of Pendant TR. What could you could get like powder here for a nice fetch crest? How much else? Oh, we can just have it. We can have a nice chain of small keys. Take us back to like Mimic Cave or something.
Oh no. Down the rabbit hole we go.
Yeah.
As Lana picks up the big red bomb. What does the bottle vendor say in some of the versions? Bombs, the biggest, the boomiest.
Ooh. There's powder and pyramid.
You were calling powder somewhere. TJ Maelstrom did get locked out of Turtle Rock at least. So this looks like this could be his swamp play.
Yeah, the laying pendant pods worked out really well for Lana, all things considered. Like, obviously, Lana went there a bit sooner, got the mitts, after doing Swamp, would have been even faster for Lana, but overall, it's working out pretty well.
I love how that guard can still spear you as you're falling into Magic Bat Hole.
Yeah, that's really I get bothered about this game. It's like you can get hit while falling, and like it's really annoying when you only have 2 hearts left, and then you get knocked into a hole, like you fall in a hole, and they get hit while falling in the hole, and then you die. I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, it's just like a target of opportunity. Oh, Link's falling! Never mind that he's accelerating at 9.8 meters per second. I'll just jab him as he goes by.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I think Lana did shovel already. Has Lana done the rest of the book checks? Nope, going for Ether Tablet now. Oh, and Old Man. I forgot Old Man. Gotta check Old Man before Painted Pod.
Yeah, so all of our other runners are now into basically their hard last located swamp.
Yup. Ah, lovely.
There's Koi's Burna. Koi getting a bit bodied by that crystal roller, but it doesn't matter as long as he can survive to get the boots, which he is.
Dang.
So Koi is now going to do the boots checks up here. Makes sense.
Yeah. And then at some point soon, we'll go back to Desert. Because Koi does know Desert is boots locked and can get at least one item out of Right Side Desert, if not two.
And hey, Lana Bean has now exhausted everything available that isn't Pod, I think. Oh, no, that one check in the back of Thieves Town.
I respect Lana's commitment. I respect it.
Oh, and Chad also reminding us that she can do Green Pendant Moth, too. Actually, didn't we only get one item out of Skullwood so far?
We got Flippers, and I don't know if we got anything else.
I think Flippers was the only thing. Koi finds that lovely book, which may point him to his fire source. Fire source says...
It looks like, yeah, we're going to see the Green Pendant Tornin. Most likely Drowsy. You know, it is kind of Lana to like help the other players have more of a chance in the seed after the early swamp check paid off so well. But
she's just playing like the anti-Leoria strat.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean? Lana's gonna go do Green Pendant.
Yes, I suppose Leoria does like Green Pendant. She just likes her Green Pendant to be in Pod.
I respect Lana's commitment, you know, to the meme. Let's say Pendant Pod right now. I suspect Lana knows she should go to Pendant Pod. She just wants to stick to what she wants to do, and I respect it.
Oh yeah, so chat pointing out this is going to be Koi's go mode when he gets the fire rod.
Yeah, Koi will actually be our first in go mode. Well, let's get the hook shot first, technically.
I mean, he knows where the hook shot is. He doesn't need to open any additional chests.
Yeah, so it's still it's essentially go mode. Like it counts if you know. Most people say it counts if you know the items out. Like that counts.
Hey, our fourth bottle is on Ped. I don't think we're getting bottle percent today.
And Koi can beat Trinex, so that'd be nice. The Furious match will be our last player to get the boots, it looks like. Everybody has them now.
But he has beaten Aga, so he can go straight for the hook shot now.
Yes. Although I don't think he has the desert knowledge that Koi has, so it might take them a little bit to get the fire source. Obviously, he was fine doing Aga without it, but, we still want the fire rod for elsewhere. PJ getting their book. I'm sure they're stoked about that. That might lead them to desert sooner. Although they could already go into desert, so it's not like it changes much in their mind on that.
Right, but again, he knows his mitts are out of logic.
Yeah, exactly. So they should have. TJ should have some idea of that book being an interesting option now.
That Crystal Roller guarding the boots is quite so. Oh no! Furious Magic didn't hit the switch.
Okay, it looks like Furious Magic. I mean, Furious Magic has nothing left, so they have to go hit the switch and come back. That's gotta hurt. Yeah, Furious Magic is in all these very impressive Enemizer Dark Rooms, and Enemizer Dark Aga Tower, and then pulls a classic. Anyone can make mistakes like this. It happens. It's just, even a great player like Furious Magic, it's easy to forget to hit that switch again.
Yes, Furious Magic is well on his way to being the latter Season 17 overall champion.
Yeah. I can't believe the overall Season 17 overall champion, didn't just immediate go to hookless left side swamp for boots. Can't believe it. Yeah, it's so nasty when a chick like this also just locks the whole seed. Although you can argue it's better when a very badly placed item locks the seed rather than it being like Ice Rod or like a Medallion, which are arguably worse because they don't lock nearly as much stuff and it's even harder to find them.
Oh, and Furious Magic got hit by the roller after he fell down the hole. Again, great, hitboxes.
Lovely. Yeah, just amazing.
Just
and
like
Lana,
how you can get wall mastered while dropping into Mothula.
Yes, that also is terrible. But Lana is finally going to pod and will get mitts. And Corey is choosing to do Mire here while they're already in the area after desert, which honestly makes a lot of sense. Not unreasonable. You can, you probably get the hook shot before you do Ice Palace, make it a little easier, but in case you want to route it a certain way. Well, you're just going to go mode Ice Palace, so actually you really don't need hook shot for Ice if you're going to go mode it. So, honestly, yeah, you can do Ice next, or Aga, whichever you want to do in Corey's situation.
Yeah, you definitely save Hera for last at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah. Let's see. So,
yeah. So I think right. Koi basically has to do Aga next, and then finish Swamp, and then go up the mountain.
Trying to think here. So Koi's gonna be up, beating deserts, the back of it, and up Ice Palace, but hasn't in Mire, but will not have done Swamp or Aga.
And Lana's still not in go mode because she's gonna need that Ice Rod out of Ice Palace.
Yeah, so has to keep doing checks. So Koi very well might be in the lead here, thanks to the fact that Lana's put off pod for so long. And Koi, and a good thing for Koi is that Koi did go to desert sooner and got that knowledge about the torch, knowing it was boots locked, which is honestly was really good for Koi to get that knowledge. So when they got boots, they pretty much knew where to go. So yeah, Koi might be the lead here. But we'll see. It'll be a fun race to watch.
And chat thinking that TJ Maelstrom has not actually checked Lumberjack.
Oh, TJ hasn't checked Lumberjack? You might be right.
And that's why he's, not putting things together about desert and fire sources.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, most seeds you get away with not checking Lumberjack, but every now and then you get that seed. I mean, that's just rando in a nutshell. If you go for a skip or you don't do a check, every now and then you're going to get the seed where it destroys you. So, it's always a gamble that will sometimes pay off and give you some good free time save, but occasionally it will destroy you.
And there's the Mire Big Key in Map Chest, so definitely nothing resembling a God Mire today, and the only question is which runners will...
Only Lana might do cutscene chests. Lana goes to Mire before Ice Palace. And Lana can't leave Pod yet. Has to go and finish it, as you mentioned, because doesn't know where Ice Rod is. And does know it's required.
Right, she knows what the desert boss is.
So yeah, hope for Lana's sake, you hope she goes to Ice next. If she goes to Mire next, I mean, doing Desert next is fine, obviously. That's not a big deal. But if Lana goes to... Yeah, Lana might do Ice Palace last, which would be unfortunate. I'm trying to think what I would do. I don't know if I would pick Mire or Ice.
Lana should have known Harmless Hello was a key for a key at that point, since she's already gotten the silvers.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, you thought Kodongos were bad enough in... Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, you thought Kodongos were bad enough in the Dark Maze. Now we have Lionel's instead. The O was, could she have been looking for the big key in Harmless Hellway, and then it was like, no, that absolutely had to be a small key given what she'd already checked.
Yeah, and you can... Another thing I'd point out, as you can see here, how Koi having that knowledge about Desert being boots locked, and Furious Magic has not gone to Desert. Furious Magic does not know Desert is boots locked. It is not thinking to go the right way to look for fire sources, which is not unreasonable, you know? So if Furious Magic is up here, even though they have Ice Rod, and would be in go mode if they went to Desert right now and had that knowledge that it was boots locked, they're doing all these mountain checks and other overworld checks that they could have been skipping if they had gone to Desert. Again, that's not a mistake on their end. It's just unfortunate how it's played out for them. So that was a big advantage to Koi, just having that Desert Torch knowledge.
Ooh, Helma King. Haven't seen one of those yet.
Yeah. Have you seen 2 of any boss yet? I mean, you really haven't seen that many bosses. I haven't kept that good of count. And we've seen an Armos, a Cold Stare, a Trinex,
Landmo, Moldorm, Mothula. Mothula was vanilla.
Right. So we haven't
seen Blind.
Doubles. Yeah, I haven't seen any doubles yet. Or Blind. No Argus yet. Not that we're afraid of an Argus, obviously, but you just haven't seen them. Yeah, we'll see what we get in GT today. So luckily for Lana is going to Ice before Mire, so that's really good news. Lana will not have to do as many checks. Being able to, you know, skip more checks in Mire, like not do cutscene chests, looking for Ice Rod will be really good. That's probably also a good chance of why Lana might pick Ice Palace first. Oh, almost got grabbed by the Wall Master. That was close. Probably chose Ice over Mire because if Ice Palace, if you have Samaria and get Icebreaker, most of the checks are kind of on the way, except Ice Tea, which is going to be the check Lana has to do to get Ice Rod. But yeah, I think I'd rather do Ice Palace not in go mode than Mire not in go mode. So makes sense.
I really thought more runners than just the left 2 had checked Lumberjack, but clearly by how Koi and TJ Maelstrom are playing, neither of them's checked Lumberjack.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. You're right. Koi has not. Yeah, you're right. I did not catch that. That's not good. That is bad for Koi.
So Koi is not in go mode for all that. Because if you knew it was on Lumberjack, there would be no reason to be up the mountain pulling Ether Tablet.
Yes.
So it turns out that Koi's distaste for checking Lumberjack is going to bite him harder than Lana's distaste for doing Pendant Pod.
Yeah, really unfortunate. If that's the case, then Furious Magic might be our closest to Lana then. Because after this, Furious Magic is a good chance to go do Desert after this, and then Mire. So, and then Lana has to do Mire and Desert as well. That would actually put it pretty close between Furious and Lana, potentially. If Furious goes to Desert right after this. Because Because then they would both be able to similarly go mode Meyer. So Furious would be a little bit behind Lana.
If Furious can piece together logic, he knows a fire source has to be in desert. He doesn't necessarily know both fire sources have to be in desert, but, you know.
Yes. Furious could just be like, well, maybe it's just a lamp. Even though it could be the fire rod just as easily, because either one of those would have locked the Titan Mitts in Pod Basement. But, yeah. But yeah, hopefully Furious goes there.
Did Lana Bean really not go to Ice-T?
Oh no. This race has a lot of ups and downs. All of our runners are like each not checking like one thing that would put them in the lead. Okay, now Furious Magic might be in the lead actually. Cause that's gonna be a last locate for Lana. That's gonna be a super
she's
last
gonna
locate.
do every other Mitts check before.
Like, it's not impossible that, and now TJ's doing Aga, so he's actually gonna be in a better spot because he'll be in go mode. So it's actually possible that Lana could be in last or Koi of our runners on Mystery.
No.
What's that, Jossie?
No. How do people keep skipping the one thing they need?
This seat's up and down. It's just like, I get not doing hookless swamp, but like TJ and Corey didn't know about hookshot for a while. And Corey's going into pinned at TR right now. It is gonna go deep into it. Gonna beat the whole thing. TJ though, yeah, TJ and okay, Furious Magic looks like is probably gonna be our winner now because they're gonna be the first one to actually be in go mode. And TJ is actually not going to be in too bad a spot because they should not go get that hook shot and then be in go mode. Yeah, a little bit ago we thought Koi and Lana were our two front runners, and now it's switched back. I'd actually rather be. I'd rather be.
Yeah, Furious Magic will now be our first runner in go mode after we've falsely called go mode several times over.
Oh my god. Yeah, I've been wrong all night, and my god.
So that is Furious Magic's go mode at 1:26:31.
I feel like Furious Magic, when they win our mission, they're gonna be like, how? Like, how did I win this? They're gonna be like, I checked so many things. I mean, they're gonna know it was gross logic and gross item placement, but still, like, no one could possibly feel good of any of our runners. Like, not because they made bad decisions or, you know, played bad, but this is the way the seed was laid out. I don't know how you can feel good after this seed about how it went.
Yeah, it's just amazing because if Koi had checked Lumberjack and Lana Bean had done Ice-T in Ice, we'd be talking about a race between them, and instead we're talking about, like, who's going to be second to Furious Magic.
Yeah, and it's looking like TJ right now, because they're probably, if they were doing Aga, they're going to go to Lumberjack. Like, they're going to go to Lumberjack at this point, and so TJ's about to be in go mode. Because he knows that he quakes your card for Meyer. Interesting routing. Okay, this makes sense. Cool. I have thought about routing that way. Actually, interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Cool idea. So yeah, TJ is going to be our second in go mode. Really surprising. Yeah. It's so weird to me that Lana has been incredibly thorough the whole seed, and then at the last moment, when she just had to do one more thorough check, stopped. Like, right at that last moment.
Yeah, it's something.
Yep, TJ's in go mode. He's our second in go mode. Is a dungeon clear behind Koi? Mai specifically, but being in go mode, actually having all the items, knowing what the hook chart is, not gonna be full clearing TR like Koi is. And plus Mimic Cave. TJ's probably going to be our second place finisher, most likely, if things continue. What? Yeah, what a race. well, between the seed and the interesting decisions our runners have made today, uh, you've definitely had a fantastic show. A fun time watching. Because Furious here is gonna should get their big key in their next check. Finish at Meyer, then Mirror and go beat Landmillis, then go into GT. So just a few more minutes before we see GT. Like 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah, it's interesting to me though, like TJ and Koi, when they got those boots in West Side Swamp, they didn't go check Lumberjack with Bonk Rocks and Keenstoom. Because personally at that point, I would be checking it. I'd be like, okay, I gotta check Lumberjack at this point with these boots. Like, clearly they're locking something important. You would think they would have done it. But maybe the opinion was like, well, maybe if that is the answer, like, I'm already lost. I don't know. Maybe they just forgot.
Yeah, what's Koi gonna do after this laser bridge, which is full of wall masters?
Yeah. I guess here's what I'm interested in. Does Koi find out about Hookshot first, or does Lanabe find out about Ice Rod first?
Hey, here's our second. Here's our second Mothula, and neither of the Mothulas was remotely required, but we know it's not in GT now.
Yeah, we know that. Although I personally do not mind seeing Mothula in GT. I'm okay with that one. Is Koi possibly going to go for a ped pull before checking Lumberjack? And I guess Lanabe could do the same thing before going back to Ice-T. In fact, probably will.
The funny thing is, like, Lanabe and Furious Magic look about even right now,
Yeah.
Same 6 crystals, but that Ice Rod makes a bit of a difference.
Dang. Ooh. Oh my, this race. What's TJ doing over here? Desert, but they can mirror into it. I think they were just. I don't know. I think you're just having fun. I guess. I don't know.
I mean, this race has turned into such a clown show anyway.
Yeah, he's. I'm guessing TJ at this point is kind of like, just like, okay, this is already terrible. I'm just gonna enjoy myself and play this out. Which I do not blame them at all. I would not be feeling great. Yeah, I can't. If I was in Furious shoes and like I ended up winning this, at least winning the restream, I'd just be like, I won the restream. I mean, Furious is really good, but like still, like you'd still think like, really, like my other opponents are gonna be like that far behind me. I mean, I got the boots that late, and then got my fire rod and lamp that late. Like, obviously, Furious Magic winning a race is not shocking, but still, like, the way in which the ride worked out for him, it's gonna be odd that he'll likely be our restream winner. Yeah, Lana's gonna do Dark Death Mountain, and then probably be our third to go in TR, and our second to probably full clear it. Yeah, we pretty much know first and second at this point, barring anything else crazy happening, or unexpected. But yeah, I'm really curious to see who gets this hook shot on Poisoned or gets Ice Rod. Who gets go mode first? Because yeah, Longbean's gonna do TR here. Koi might be doing. Koi's probably doing Skull Woods. Might be going for more back for more items and thieves as well. They both could do Pendant Helma. Ugh. And then do Ped. That's so gross.
I mean, Koi's now in the neighborhood. He should really be checking Lumberjack.
Yeah, but if you've gone this long, like...
Are we...
They do it.
Gonna... Well, no, we haven't beaten Pod, so we're not gonna get a blind Ped pull.
Yeah. Yeah, Koi's probably just hoping that Skull itself or the Green Pin's the answer. Because if... Yeah, you don't want to go beat Pendant Helma before checking for one last... Essentially 2 items more out of Skull Woods. Yep, and Fierce Magic is our first into GT. But do we do the numbers game?
Oh, yes. Chat is putting numbers in chat. If you have a guess for how many checks it's going to take Furious Magic to find that big key, feel free. Small key on the torch, Bob lives.
You have a guess, Drosy, on big key placement? It can't be 1, so 1 cheating.
14.
Or I guess it would not be cheating, but I'll go at 15, 1 higher.
Ooh, Furious Magic does find the Mirror Shield in Stalfos' room there.
Lana, unfortunately, is only going to get Fire Shield. Sad.
Let's see if she hard resets out of GT.
Good. Okay, we're at 7. Okay, Kochek and Ped. Could still do Helma. Does Pod have a 5th item on Helma? I have no idea. I did not keep track of count and Pod.
I don't know, but the fact that Koi's going this way means we are finally going to see that Lumberjack check. Of course, then he'll have to do Aga.
Looks like you're right. Yeah. Because at this point, Koi's probably like, well, I go back and I either go into the back of Thieves for more items. I potentially beat Helma for maybe an item that might be there. I don't know or not. Not much else. Pretty much it. Yeah. Almost lost locate. Yup. Got the sword swing there. Yeah. You're at 11 now.
By the way, let's shout out our fantastic trackers, Pixcalibur and Artaro, who have been very diligently marking everything in this clown fiesta. We could not do this without you.
Okay, we're up to 12. At the end of the day, Drosy, I still think we should all blame you for rolling the seed.
I didn't tell the runners to misplay it.
Nah, I think you just gave them bad seed, Drosy. And, you got them tilted. It's just hard to play well. I'm putting the blame on you.
It's pretty simple. Just dip Hookless Swamp and then go to
That
Pendant
13?
Pod.
I think it's 13. Should be 13.
Oh,
Yeah, 13.
um,
Yep, 13.
it was in Fire Snake chest. Yeah, 13.
Cool. Do we have anyone say 13?
Yes, more
More guy.
guy.
Nice, more guy. Nice guess. Okay, so Lana Bean, who's in the lead for so long, because of the Ice Rod skip, is likely going to be our 4th to finish on Restream. That's insane.
Meanwhile, TJ Maelstrom grabs crystal number 7.
Yep. I think Corey just has to go grab the hook shot, go beat Swamp. Dang. Cause like, yeah, Alana skipped. I think Alana maybe didn't grab that extra item in the back of Thieves, but other than that, Alana didn't do like any skips to seed except Ice Tea and Ice Pals, which had the Ice Rod.
She was incredibly thorough in everything else.
Yeah, it's like that's the only skip she really did. Again, you could say Thieves, but that barely counts really in Enemizer. So I wouldn't even count it as a skip, really like a major skip. So weird.
Yeah, I wonder, like, if they'll have figured it out by the time Furious Magic finishes and they see his dot done.
It may be. Oh, it's Furious Magic, so like, you know, hard to read what exactly happened. I mean, you wouldn't, yeah. We'll see how many checks takes TJ to get this big key. TJ does have an open TR portal, so this is a slightly faster way to route this. Well, you know, Jossie, you didn't roll a ped seed, so that's something. Required Aga, but Hook the Swamp, no ped seed though. Yeah, I guess you didn't have to go into TR. You had to go to the front of School Woods for Flippers, but that's, front of School Woods is practically overworld. And you had to go into Pod for Titans. But Pendant Pod have some required, it's like not shocking. So the fact you actually didn't have to go to Pendant TR is nice. Other 3 of our players did. Although TJ didn't full clear it. Okay. Is TJ gonna just go left side now? If so, TJ could shave off a bit of time.
Yeah, so it'll only be potentially 9 checks for him, as long as he doesn't Pink Magician.
Yeah, do a weird like reverse DM route, like Hope Room, then DM Room, and then go all the way back over to Compass Room. That's you could certainly do that.
Yes, it's known as Pink Magician.
Oh yeah,
of a hybrid of how Pink Kitty Rose would route and how Dark Magician would route.
Oh, Ilana is doing Smith Chain now. Or was. Thieves. Ilana's gonna go into the back of Thieves now. Oof. Because Ilana knows Ped's not the answer because
I mean, she's committing to her skip of Iced Tea, the one skip she's done.
You have to respect her willing to commit things. She committed to not going to Pod, which that mostly worked out overall. And then now choosing to also keep the chest and Ice Palace.
Meanwhile, our second Helma is at Moldorm 2.
You're not the best boss up here, but not the worst. At least you can do bomb strats. Hammer's usually not too hard to get on Helma here.
I love the random disembodied legs.
Furious almost fell off there with the bomb there. Nice silver arrow shot.
Wow, yeah, that was a cool side shot.
And TJ is also starting to climb now. So it won't be super behind Furious. Will be like most of the climb behind Furious. I just can't really believe it that like after everything that happened, Furious and TJ are going to be like what 2-3 minutes behind to be our first two, and then Corey and third. Crazy.
Yeah, this has definitely had some plot twists.
It has.
There's a lot of being going now. Smith.
Yup. Smith, purple chest. Did Hammer Pegs a moment ago. Did K45 and Digging Game and Stumpy earlier. So it'll be Smith and purple chest now. Maybe Bombo's tablet if Lana hasn't done that.
Still no finishers. I mean, we only have 2 runners going off stream.
You know, this scene wasn't... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say nothing like a gauntlet full of Hinoxin.
Yeah. I was going to say, though, this scene, though, no one remembers for being rough because of the Enemizer or the boss shuffle. It's just because of, like, the item placement and then just the decisions some of the players made. The fact that it was Enemizer or boss shuffle was not the rough part. I mean, I suppose if Trinex hadn't been required, it would have been a little less rough. But other than that,
right? The Trinex and Desert, and also the Cold Stare and Hera forcing double dip there.
Yeah, although Hera was probably like the dungeon I least mind dipping a second time for a boss kill. But yeah, still annoying. Oh, we did find our Argus. Nice. We never saw blind today. No blind.
Well, and so blind must have either been at Ice Armos location or Pod Boss.
Yeah, you're correct. Those are the only 2 things we didn't see. Has to have been.
I love how, like, you only need to beat Phase 1 of Argus in that room, and then the game just kind of treats him as out of sight, out of mind, and opens the door. And get your GGs in for Furious Magic.
And I tried to Furious Magic. I'm gonna be curious to know how they feel about. Gonna be. Yeah, first on restream and first overall in the race with official time of 1:46:59. I'd be curious to know how Furious Magic feels about this one. And getting first in this one. Obviously, great player, but through the item placements were... Oof. Yeah, because Corey had just checked Lumberjack earlier on. Lana Bane had just checked Ice Palace Ice Tea like Lana is doing right now. Furious Magic would have been a decent margin between Lana, Corey, and Furious Magic.
And we have our winner, Furious Magic, in here with us. GG, what did you think about that?
That was one doozy of a seed. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Lana gets well mastered. Oh. Sorry.
No, you're all good. I enjoyed it for what was worse. The Enemizer was alright at times. I guess the most annoying one was the Wallmaster in the Icebreaker room. Other than that, like, I really can't remember, like, Enemizer really being too mean. The early mail is really nice for that. But, oh man, the item placements were rough this seed.
Yeah, what were your thoughts on the... I mean, obviously Boots in Left Side Swamp basically locking the seed. That's the real kicker here.
Yeah, I really tried to not go in there without the hook shot, because I'm like, I know where the hook shot is if I can just find the Boots, which, you know, it could have just been a fire source in Swamp for, you know, your mitts, and then you got other substitutes to do. So that's why I put off Swamp for a bit. I'm like, the Boots don't have to be in Swamp, but, you know, they were.
Yeah, I think it's pretty reasonable. Most people would play it like that. Just in case you're curious, Lana actually did that as almost one of the first things. Lana got to Darkhold first of everyone on our restream, and actually went and did Hookless Swamp almost right away upon getting Darkhold, and had those boots, like, probably, what, half an hour at least before everyone or so?
Oh my, yeah. I mean, that's a play, and you know, in the end, it turns out it was the right one.
Yeah, but so and then Koi actually got boots about the same time as you.
But by the way,
sorry, yeah.
at an hour 49 minutes and 40 seconds, Lana Bean is in go mode.
Woohoo!
So yeah, just in case you're curious, yeah, the issue that Lana skipped, basically full cleared the seat, except skipped the Ice Tea check where the Ice Rod was in Ice Palace, and just got it. And so that's what put Lana so far behind after being ahead and having boots way before everyone else. It was just the Ice Rod. And then Koi didn't check Lumberjack, but he had the fire sources from Desert before you did, because he had been to Desert before getting the boots, so he knew it was boots locked. But didn't check Lumberjack, and took a while to get the hookshot was there. So it was a wild see from our end, getting to watch you guys. I felt like your choices were reasonable overall, though, and I was impressed by how you did, like, basically all the dark rooms in Enemizer. I was like, you did Dark Cross right off the bat, you did all Eastern Palace, you did Aga with a fire source. What was your thinking doing Dark Aga when you didn't have a fire source yet, or boots to get the hook shot?
So I did Dark Aga because I still hadn't done Pyramid, which I knew was in logic, and if something important was just sitting right there, then I would feel silly. Right, so at that point, I had a lot of hearts, Tempered Sword. I felt pretty comfortable just taking on Dark Aga at that point.
That makes sense. That was my guess. I was guessing that you were just going to try to rat in Pyramid and maybe Catfish or whatever else you had with that chain, which is what you did. So that's what I was guessing. So I thought it was interesting that you did it without the boots or fire source yet. But I mean, it makes sense. Like, you knew you had to do it, and it was a good way to ride if you're comfortable, you know.
Yeah, like I said, I did not want to go to Hookless Swamp if I could avoid it, and I tried my hardest, but we got there in the end.
You still got the win, so congrats. But yeah, this was a wild seed. We really thought Lana and Koi were going to be likely winners for a while, but it was a ride. It was a ride.
Yeah, and for everything reversing, TJ is now on phase 3 of Ganon. So let's watch him finish this off, and then we can get him in here and ask him about, like, when do you decide to check Lumberjack?
Did anyone else check Lumberjack earlier? Was it just me, or?
Lana did as well.
Okay.
So with her getting the boots fairly quickly, she was in great shape for getting the hook shot. She just put off Pendant Pot as long as she possibly could, and
understandable.
Then immediately went to Ice and skipped Iced Tea.
Yeah.
So yes, TJ Maelstrom finishes second on the restream, second overall, 152.29.
GG's at TJ. And Lana on their way to GG, having gotten all crystals. And Core on the climb. In Gauntlet now.
And we're joined by TJ Maelstrom. GG.
What's left of them?
Oh, we didn't tell you to skip Lumberjack.
I didn't skip, but did it matter? I mean, what can I say about the seed that hasn't already been said about airline security? Hired.
And yet you still salvage second.
I just go to Swamp, right? I mean,
right.
Okay. The Mitts told me about half of what I needed to know about the seed. Is that, okay, the rest of the seed is locked by either a lamp or advanced logic fire rod. Cool. Alright. Where's the lamp? Where is it? So, I went up the mountain, to do to finish off that cold stare that was in Tower Hera. That was his own disaster. Like we don't have to talk about that one because I'm like, all right.
just a couple of middle hole falls, you know.
Yeah, that was annoying. And I'm like, because I didn't scout the hook shot, so I'm like, okay, this hook shot may be in swamp. Cool. If it is, I go do Pyramid Fairy, and then. That's my lamp, and that's terrible. But hey, it's fun, right? Hey, you like to see that kind of thing. It's fun for the spectacle. What is this head? Oh my god, it's disgusting. Anyway, Enemizer is weird. So I went into Swamp Palace, and I'm like, I got the blue cane. I'm like, oh, good, Spike Cave. I could have just brute forced that with a bottle or something if I wasn't lazy. And then I go and pull boots out of the next chick, and I'm like, keep in mind, it's like already like an hour 15 into the seed, and I'm just like, I got work in the morning, man. So then I did the boot checks, and I saw the hook shot. I'm like, oh, good, cool. Where's the lamp? My Dark Aga is not up to snuff. I can do it with the fire rod, but not so easily without some kind of assistance. So I thought about dipping desert when I had the mitts. That wouldn't have mattered at all. Well, I guess I could have stole the key.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Like, why would you steal the key? But you could have gotten your fire sources if you stole the key.
Yeah, that's dumb. If you steal the key in this seed, you could theoretically. No, you still have to go into swamp to get the boots to get the hook shot. So you have to double dip swamp. Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty gross. So yeah, so sorry about that seed.
It's like I played a qualifier that was like this a couple of days ago.
Ooh.
That was fun. It was pretty much this seed, but somehow worse. At least Enemizer kept it interesting.
Yeah, the Enemizer part of the seed didn't seem to be too bad by Enemizer standards. It seemed more like the item placement was.
Yeah.
Tridex and Desert a little
I
bit.
kind of wish I had checked every single boss with the compass except for that one. And I just threw fire rod shots at the torch just to light it through. And I'm like, when I got the Trinex, I'm like, I can't do this. Let me just go do Misery Mire and like get whatever boss is in there. And I got my magic refill and go through Trinex. And then I ran out of magic for Quake.
Oh, I think I missed that part.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't get in.
We both missed that. Ooh.
So I'm like, let me just do Aga. That's my magic refill. Get this dumb hook shot. After that, I was so mad, I just had to carry that fish into the desert. Like, it was such a spiteful thing to do. Like,
Okay.
it just needed to happen. Like, I'm mad. This fish needs to go dry up in the desert.
Well, Lana Green carried a fish through the desert to Aegina so that he could tell us about the fish dinner he once had.
Oh, great. Thanks, Lana Bean. Sure she was happy about the shields in this one, too.
She hard reset out of Spike Cave.
Red Cave, yeah.
Uh,
In case you're curious, and Ari and this was a very back and forth CTJ. So we actually thought Lana Bean, or even Corey were going to win this one, and not you in Furious Magic in first two placements, because Lana Bean, Lana was the first in the Dark World, and did Hookless Swamp almost immediately.
Oh,
so Lana had the boots probably like half an hour before, and Hookshot like half an hour before everybody else. But then Lana Bean intentionally located Pendant Pod to get Titan Mitts, and then skipped Ice Tea for Ice Rod.
Wait a minute. Did you just see that Argus fight from Lana Bean?
No.
There was still one of the little Argai left. She didn't even finish phase 1 and the door open.
I bet one of them went off the screen, right? Did that happen?
I guess so. Yeah. I've just never seen that before.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But I'd love to stick around and talk, but like I had to be asleep like an hour ago.
Well, have a good sleep. You earned it.
I'd like to think so.
Thanks for the rest, TJ.
Yeah, this was you know what? I'm glad I did this. I needed a good laugh tonight. This was fine. I'll go to sleep with a smile on my face. My collection is only 152?
Really?
Oh, and by the way, get your GGs in for Koi, who has taken down Ganon. Will get just under the 2-hour mark here.
Oh, Maron. Alright, everybody have a great night. Good game to Furious Magic. Good game to Koi. Lana Bean, and what she finishes, and BSJ, who had the right idea.
Of not being on the restream.
Just stopping the seed before it got any worse for him. All right, have a great night, everybody.
Okay, have a good night. And as we pass the 2-hour mark, Lana Bean is on that lovely Helma fight on Moldorm 2 platform.
I think we have Koi here in chat with us now.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, so Koi, what you think about that seed?
I'm really happy that I won the race. Because, I mean, like, obviously I won the race because I was playing a completely different game than everybody else.
One where Lumberjack Ledge doesn't exist?
Yeah. You know, the thing is, I usually check Lumberjack early as just part of my, like, opening route, but I'm like, oh man, Furious Magic into this race. I better cut a corner here. Just forgot to check it later.
I will do that myself. You don't need to remember me.
We actually thought you were in go mode when you got Fire Rod. We didn't realize you hadn't checked Lumberjack.
Yeah. So I ended up full clearing, like, Dark Death Mountain, full clearing Turtle Rock, killing Mothula. That's a lot of time. At least, like, 10 minutes. Probably not enough to beat Furious Magic, but, like, you know.
No, I think you would have. You were actually really well positioned when you got the Fire Rod, and if you had gone straight to... Well, I mean, and Mire didn't matter because the big key was deep, so it didn't matter that you finished off Desert and Mire at that point. If you had gone straight to Aga after Mire and gotten Hookshot, yeah, I think you would have been really well positioned.
Yeah, we thought you were going to win it before we realized that you didn't know do the Lumberjack check. We thought you were like in a strong place for first.
That's surprising me because I felt like I lost a lot of time to the Enemizer side of things. Like, dying in Eastern was really horrible. I got the key before I died, though. That was the important part.
Yes, we did notice that.
Yeah, what helped you is that you and Fierce Magic got like the boots at a swamp about the same time, which was like half an hour after Lana, who did a very early left side swamp. But you knew you had gone to desert and knew it was boots locked, so you went to desert way before Furious Magic did and got your fire sources a lot sooner, because you had that knowledge from being in the desert. So that gave you a huge advantage up until the Lumberjack issue.
Terrible seed.
Yeah, definitely.
This seed would have been really awesome if it was an Enemizer, right? Because if it was an Enemizer, like, and you check Lumberjack early, you just do Dark Aga, and then the seed plays itself.
Yeah, it would have been quite bad.
It wasn't that bad. Dark Aga wasn't that bad. There were like a couple of seeds that bumped me around, but other than that,
did you do Dark Aga?
Yeah, I did Dark Aga.
Oh, you weirdo.
Yeah, Furious Magic was the one crazy.
You did Dark Aga without the Fire Rod?
I did Dark Aga because I had not checked Pyramid at that point, and that was.
I mean, like, if you had the Fire Rod, yeah, sure, but like Enemizer with no Fire Rod, I
had like 12 hearts, blue mail. It'll be fine. What's the worst that can happen?
Chain Chomp, Big Spike,
and
okay,
true. GG's in for Lana Bean, who gets a nice double there on Ganon on phase 4. And she will cross and finish with an official race time of 2:03:29. Yeah, and if she had done Ice T, like, we were totally expecting this to be a race between Lana Bean and Koi. Based on when you each got the boots.
Oh, Ice Rod.
Yeah. Wow, it got so quiet with, like, the Final Fantasy music shifting off. GG, Lana Bean.
GG, Lana.
Thank you.
I think we know some of your favorite things: shields, pendant pod, iced tea room.
I skip one freaking thing.
Hey, me too.
One thing. I'm like, hey, what could the seed do that would be evil? Okay, let's go to swamp. Oh look, boots. All right, let's chase boots checks. Oh look, there's a book. Okay, let's chase that in the desert. Oh look, both fire sources, and then it all went downhill.
Yeah, you were strongly in lead because you got. I mean, everyone else got those boots out of swamp like at least half an hour later, and therefore hookshot half an hour later.
Yeah.
Just the iced tea because you wasted a little bit of time, because you chose to do pot so much later deliberately, but you were still like strongly positioned for first until iced tea.
No, this is karma, Lana Bean, for clowning into swamp instead of going to the more sensible option of pendant pod.
Hey, when I'm facing people like you and TJ and these other people, it's like I want to do something to try and get an edge, and this gave me a huge edge, I bet. But I don't think pod cost me really as much as skipping iced tea. I think I finish at about 140 if I do iced tea when I'm there.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yep. Yeah, you would have been strongly ahead. You would have been easily in first if it wasn't for iced tea.
Yup, one skip. I'm like, you know what? I'm close to go mode. What are the chances? There you go. Don't skip Left Side Swamp. Don't skip iced tea, kids.
Also, check lumberjack.
Yeah, I did that early. I was not pleased.
I should have checked lumberjack.
Just
Lana, I think you were our first runner on the restream to check Lumberjack.
I did it first thing. I started at Sanctuary, which I never do. And I was like, okay, well, let's check Lumberjack first thing. Every time I don't, it costs me, oh my god. And there it was. And I'm like, great, well, maybe Swamp's a pendant. Maybe I can just have her. No. And then Swamp, of course, is like, here's your boots to get your book. To get both your fire sources to just get rolling. And if you don't skip iced tea, you're good. My Lanta, but GG's to everybody for making the right calls earlier than me.
I mean, you made the right call of Swamp earlier than everyone.
Why'd you skip
True.
iced tea? Just to save time?
Basically, I was like, okay, there's a 50-50 shot that the boss has the item. It doesn't have the item. Do I go back in? No, I'm close to being in go mode. Let's just leave it. And there you go. That cost me 25 minutes, probably.
Yeah, it's surprising though, because I imagine you probably felt pretty ahead getting those boots in Left Side Swamp, because no one's going straight to Left Side Swamp like that early.
No, absolutely. I'm clowning the whole time. Just ask anybody watching. I'm just like, let's just bring some chickens everywhere. Let's talk to Agina.
Making such a big play and it paying off so quickly. You think you'd feel a little more safe to play thoroughly in Ice Palace like that.
We did like your fish delivery.
Yes.
Absolutely, got to take him. He likes his fish dinners. I thought I'd accommodate Agina.
Did you know that he was going to say the fish dinner thing?
I didn't, but lately he's been doing that a lot. It's either fart cave, or it's fish dinner cave, or it's why did you bomb my house cave, or the very rarely watch out for pandas cave.
Yeah, so if you have none of Master Sword, Blue Pendant, or Book, he will give the fish dinner speech.
Really? I didn't know it was based on that.
Yeah. It's triggered by certain things. If you have the book but neither of the other two, he'll give the "Why did you bomb my house?" speech.
What the heck are we talking about?
Talk with Agina sometime, you'll see.
You're talking to the NPC?
Yes, I am. I told you, Koi, I clowned everything. I was even taking him a fish. And the game was like, no, you're not going to
I think I've talked to him like one time in the entire history of the game.
He has 5 different messages.
It's amusing. Sometimes he just talks about farts and how all the jazz hands got wrecked.
Yeah, that's if you have the Master Sword.
Got you. Okay, I didn't know it was based on your equipment. That's neat.
Yeah, it took a bit of doing to figure that all out. I think I had to talk to the devs.
What I get for a full clear minus some of GT? Let's take a look here.
I will have to say I am surprised by how low everyone's collection rates are, and how shockingly similar they actually are, considering everybody's like different decisions on the seed.
Yeah, Koi got 2 pendants, and his CR is only 4 higher than Furious Magic.
I full cleared, and my clear rate, well, you'll see in a moment. But it's not that far off from everybody else for some odd reason. Even though I full cleared, the only things I didn't do was what? Loot Pod Boss and loot... No, and basically do some of GT. That was pretty much it. But otherwise, it was oops all dungeons, even though you pretty much... And I was really hoping Ice Raw to just be in Turtle Rock and be a meme, but no.
Alright guys, thank you so much for the Rue stream, but I gotta get out of here.
Okay, thanks for joining us, GG again.
Bye.
GG.
I love that 12 Tempered Sword boss kills in your stats going by.
Oh, my Lanta. I routed this like crazy. If I go to Ice-T, that is so good. Oh my gosh. Oh well. That's what it is. But thank you, everybody, for putting this on. This is fantastic. I know commentators, you guys are awesome. Thank you for doing this last minute. You guys are amazing. And also our trackers, thank you so much as well. Y'all do a fantastic job. I love you.
And thank you, all of our runners, for making this a race. Enemizer, it's always like, you never know who's going to be daring enough to show up for it. And then it turned out that the Enemizer part was the trivial part of the race.
Yep.
It always happens like that.
I would have thought you could rescue Old Man without anything if you wanted to. Like, there is nothing in your way on your way to rescue Gary. He's just not even protected by enemies. I go in there with a lamp and I'm like, oh, I could have gotten you a first time up. All right, cool.
Yeah, not that he had anything, but, you know.
Bro. Darn that hook shot. Darn that ice rod, though. GG's again, everybody.
GG's.
GG, and thank you guys for putting on the restream.
GG, and please do give our runners a follow for what they went through tonight. All for your entertainment. But I think that's a wrap for us here. Let's see what we got on the schedule. Yes, tomorrow at 2 p.m. we will be featuring hybrid major glitches, which seems to be the kind of in glitch mode these days. That's gotten quite a following, especially since Go Mode Podcast has been doing those glitched mentor tournaments that have gotten more runners into glitch play. So hopefully that should be a good race as well. And then we've got a few more as the week progresses here. Oh, I'm misreading the calendar. Tomorrow night at 9 p.m. is a nice quick open 6-6 fast Ganon. Hybrid Major Glitches is Wednesday at 2. Someday I'll learn to read and know what day of the week it is. But in any case, do tune in for those. And of course, check out the main ALTTPR tournament, which will be firing on all cylinders starting on Sunday, and they'll be doing their reveal stream, I believe, on SG Main sometime on Saturday. So you definitely want to check that out as well. But other than that, thanks again to our trackers, Pixcalibur and Artaro. Specky Specs, it was a blast as always.
Yep, same to you, Jossie. Was a very fun race to get to commentate and watch. Not to play, but commentate and watch. So thanks for commenting with me, and thanks for rolling this beautiful seed.
I try my best. This was a piece of work. But yeah, I think that'll do it for us tonight. It's 1:15 in the morning here on the East Coast. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Have a great night, morning, or whatever time of day it is for you.